Hi, everyone. Great to
Hi,
meet you.
James.
Hi, James.
And congratulations on this wonderful show. I actually started college back in 1996, but so much of this
Uh,
resonated with me, and so many of the details were just exactly the same.
That's
Isn't that
good.
sad?
It's timeless.
Time, yeah.
Well,
So, what did each of you enjoy about playing your individual characters, and in what ways could you connect or identify with them?
I love playing Haley so much because she's extremely different than me and she's really, really high femme, which I have never been had the opportunity to play a role like that. I related to her in the way that I think we both speak a lot, sometimes before we fully thought it through. And also, in the way that she has a million passions. I think that Haley's someone who you can keep finding more and more about her, and she'll keep surprising you forever. And I like to think that about myself, that I hope to keep surprising myself forever and have a lot of passions.
I think Emily is very bold, maybe more so than I can be, and a little more brave with things because she's very unaware of how other people perceive her. And I don't know, I think like Holmes said, I loved doing it because it was so different than me. And I think if anything, she's definitely a people person, which is something that I would say that I am as well. But other than that, she's pretty wild. Dun dun dun.
I would say that my character is quietly confident in a way that I feel like I I'm not.
Confident, not quiet. You confident, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'm confident at times, but I think like having a quiet confidence is so powerful because it kind of
Very
just lives
compelling.
in you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
And he's very just at peace with himself in a really beautiful way that I hope I am, but also I'm probably not because I'm, growing up every day. So and figuring myself out still. It was really fun to play someone who felt like very young, but also felt like he like figured himself out.
Yeah, and would you say that George is one of the few characters who maybe isn't overcompensating in this show?
That's a good question. I feel like he's overcompensating for something. We just haven't figured it out yet.
Mhm.
But he will. He will. But yes, he's very, very sure of himself in a really beautiful way. And at that age in college, when so much is being thrown at you and no one really knows who they are, to be like that, like still and confident is really beautiful. I was not that.
Well, it's also really hard to love yourself out of oppression, I think. And so, like, that's the thing is
Totally.
like George is doing, having this quiet confidence. But I think I always think that way. I don't know. Aubrey Gordon was the one who said that. And what we don't talk about when we talk about fat. And I think about that all the time is like a lot of times it's like, well, just love yourself enough that everyone has to. And it's like, no, the culture has to switch a little because we're carrying a lot of heavy weights. And I think George is carrying that in the show.
And for your characters, do you see your characters overcompensating in some ways? It seems like pretty much everyone is in this show, and if so, how? For Nell and for Holmes.
Yeah, Haley's definitely overcompensating, I think, for a lot of things. I think that she doesn't fully know how she wants to be perceived. And so she's doing a lot to make sure I think she covers all the bases. I also think that she does just like to have a blast and likes fashion and likes to party. And so I think she's while she figures herself out, she's going to make sure it's a blast along the way. But she's definitely there's something underneath there. I won't say what my guess is, even though I have one, but I'll let the writers decide that.
And then you'll put it in yourself.
And then I'll improvise it in. I tried to give hints.
I think Emily has a lot more to explore. And I think she is used to getting her way with most things, and college is a great space to, take on a new identity, and also people treat you so differently than your hometown. And that's what like Carmen is going through as well, and finding out who she wants to be. And I think like the transition from Emily going from being this girl that everyone talked about and the girl that got her way to fully like being the object of the butt of a joke. Like Wally Carmen sets her up with Benny because she knows that Benny's gay. And yeah, so being the one that's actually sort of made fun of in a weird way is going to be different for her. And I think that like she obviously has some stuff to explore. She has a wild side that I don't know that she's fully tapped into yet.
And just finally, I love the opening with George of the Jungle and the Brendan Fraser obsession. For me, it was Christopher Reeve in Superman. I just wondered who your own celebrity crush or screen crush was. Your first.
Oh,
I love that question.
Me too.
Mine was Zac Efron in High School Musical.
oh.
But honestly, High School Musical 3 theaters, we're sitting there, popcorn in hand, we see him. Can you imagine? I was shaking.
No, they did. Everyone in that movie did affect me as a kid as well.
Thank you.
We're all in this together in a way.
Of
I would say
course.
also like young, like Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, like those two little blondies. But I couldn't tell if I hated them or I had a crush on them. But I have to be honest, like I have a crush on Jason Bateman. I have a crush on like a weird array of people. So I don't know.
Yeah, childhood ones.
Childhood ones are hard.
Childhood ones are interesting for me. I would be just obsessed with rom-coms, actually. I would like just be obsessed with, and it wouldn't be one of the characters, which does make sense now. It would be kind of just like obsessed with their romance. Like the holidays one I watch over and over. I would watch 27 Dresses over and over and over.
Oh my
James
God,
Marsden
it's
and
such a
Katherine
good
Heigl.
movie.
Yeah, and I think I had a crush on both of them, is the truth.
Yeah.
Benny and the Jets, that scene meant a lot.
Yeah.
Totally.
So good.
Well, thanks so much and congratulations again on overcompensating.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.